Hey everyone, it's John here. I ran a poll on Twitter asking if you would be interested in music lessons / music theory, and the majority of you said yes. So I want to do a video talking about pitch and its notation, which is chapter 1 in my book when I took music theory in college. We'll do more videos like this in the future, and this is a great opportunity to plug the subscribe button down below if you want to follow me and this channel for more videos like this in the future. I also want to say that this information in this video is coming from my college textbook, Elements of Music, Volume 1 by Turek. I just want to say that so I give credit to the author of this information. So let's start with pitch. Pitch of a musical note is a measurement of how high or how low it sounds. When we hear a melody, we are hearing a series of pitches. Most musical sounds have a well-defined pitch, and in other things like drums and some percussive instruments, the pitch is not so well defined. The next topic is musical notation. Musical notation is written language of music. The symbols of this language indicate the precise pitch and duration of every note. Other musical qualities such as tempo, loudness, tone qualities, or style of playing also can be indicated. The origins of our notational system are found in music manuscripts dating from about the 10th century. Symbols called neumes were indicated above the words to be sung or chanted as memory aid for the singers. Here's a great illustration from the book. So the first category of neumes are memory aids. I am not so familiar with these. And the middle category is what I'm used to using. I have other videos up on my channel teaching how to read Gregorian chant notation. But the present day form, what this video is about, is the category to the far right. Now, the notes by themselves don't mean that much, but introducing to you the staff and the clef signs. The staff is the lines and spaces, and the clef indicates what notes assigned to each line and space. Here's another great diagram from the book that shows the evolution of the clefs. Being completely honest, the old F clef and G clef I'm not so used to seeing. Here is the version of the F clef that I'm used to using. The alto clef and the tenor clef are mostly used for specific instruments. The alto clef and tenor clef in present day form. Moving on, what happens if you want to write down a note that is not one on the lines or spaces on the staff? We use something called ledger lines, which is used as an extension of the staff. The grand staff is the combination of the treble clef and the bass clef, which encompasses the widest possible range. I want to talk about octaves real quick. The musical alphabet is made up of 7 letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it repeats. So an octave is a pitch with the same letter name, 8 notes apart. So an example, if you play middle C on the piano, and then you start counting 1 as middle C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you'll end up on C, which is the same letter name, and C and C are an octave apart. The ottava sign is something used to avoid excessive ledger lines. The abbreviation 8VA indicates the note is played an octave higher than written, and then the abbreviation 8VA bassa, B-A-S-S-A, indicates that the notes are to be played an octave lower than what's notated. Moving on, an interval is the distance between 2 notes. A half step is the smallest interval. If you want to go to a piano and play 2 notes right next to each other, that's a half step. So let's do an example real quick. C, middle C, and then you go to the next note, which is a black key, C sharp, that's a half step. There's also a special occurrence of E, and then you go up to the next note, which is also a white key, F, that's a half step, and B, which is a white key, go to the note next to it, which is middle C, that's a half step. Now let's go over chromatic alteration. I'm going to use my book for this and look down a little bit, but let's go over chromatic alteration and the symbols used. A flat looks like this, and it's a symbol that placed before a pitch indicates that it is to be lowered by a half step. An example, D, and then if you put a flat in front of it, it's D flat. A sharp is a symbol placed before a pitch indicating that it is to be raised a half step. So C, C sharp is the black key above it, C sharp. Now double flat and double sharp. A double flat is a symbol that placed before a pitch indicates that it is to be lowered by 2 half steps. So basically a whole step. And then a double sharp, same thing, but raised 2 half steps. A natural is a symbol that placed before a pitch cancels the effect of a preceding chromatic alteration and restores the original unaltered pitch. Now let's go over enharmonic equivalents. Basically, a C sharp is the same thing as D flat, and they sound exactly the same. Accidentals are what I just went over: sharps, flats, double sharps, and naturals. They're placed before a note to alter the pitch. Enharmonic intervals. So basically, a diatonic half step is G sharp to A, and then a chromatic half step is A flat to A natural. If you notice, looking at this illustration, a G sharp to A, they're on different lines and spaces, and then the chromatic half step, A flat to A natural, are on the same space, so that is the difference between the two. So that is everything in chapter 1. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below or by smashing the like button. I want to do chapter 2, chapter 3, and continue this series, but if you don't like it, then I probably won't. I just want to provide the most value for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.